Hey everyone, this is Brian the Weather Cat Urwin coming to you from Omaha, Nebraska. It is about 6:15 a.m. as I am recording this. I'll be posting this here in a little bit later on. It's about 50 degrees. It's Sunday, November 7th, 2021. Today it's going to get about 70 degrees for a high, 69, 70 degrees for a high. There is on Friday entering into a in the AM. There may be a mixture of rain and snow mix, and that's starting Thursday night into Friday AM. And but it's not 100%. But that's gonna be as the storm. It's not gonna be a storm, but it's gonna be like a rainstorm at first, and it'll be heading through the area maybe about 3/4 of an inch, maybe at most, of rain here in Omaha. But it'll be on the back side of that, as it loops back around on the back side of that is where we will get the snow possible, rain snow mix possible in the AM of Friday morning, this Friday morning coming up. And then we may have maybe a slight accumulation if we have accumulation. I don't know if the ground will be too warm or not. If it does cool down enough, little by little, throughout the week, as it seems like it's going to, there might be a slight accumulation, not too much, but mostly on the grass. There will be some slip roads on Friday morning. Watch out for some icing on the roads, and especially on the bridges. The bridges are always slippery when they're wet, especially when they have ice on them from snow melting and freezing. And with a rain snow mixture, it does not take much for it to be turned into ice on bridges and on roadways that have no way of blocking wind. Be very careful on your Friday morning travel. It is going to be the day after Veterans Day. And a lot of people will be heading back to work after the holiday. The forecast for the winter that I was going to give to you, that I was talking to you about, that I was going to give to you, I'll give it right now. As you can see, November for the Omaha metro area and most of Nebraska and this part of the area closer towards um, southwest Iowa and east central and southeast Nebraska has been warmer than normal this year for November. But once we get to partway through December, it will be getting to cooler than average, colder than average for the most part. Not all the way through, but for the most part, it's be colder than average. Not meaning that every day is going to be freezing cold, but it's going to be colder than average for the most part. I believe that at the end of December, beginning of January, we may have one big blast of blizzard, or it may be closer towards the second week of January. But we will have about average snowfall for this year for Omaha, Nebraska, and surrounding parts. About average, not saying it's going to be exactly 32 to 36 inches of snow. We may have 38 inches of snow throughout the winter. But that one blizzard that I'm thinking about, that I've been seeing on the models, it keeps changing from the end of December to the second week of January that I've seen through the past several weeks that I've been tracking it on different models. But it might be, I'm thinking 10 inches of snow for that one snow blast, and between 10 inches to 16 inches of snow. Just watch out for that, and don't think it's going to be that exact amount. That's just approximately. Could be more, could be less, could be a couple inches more, couple inches less. But it's going to be one big snow blast. When this winter comes about, there's a new alert that may show up on your phones as a warning. It's called I think it's called a winter squall or a snow squall warning. Snow squall warning, which is a blast, a burst of snow with wind that is blinding a certain area with a certain amount of wind and a certain amount of snow that is low to no visibility for less than 2 hours. Could be half an hour, could be 25 minutes, could be an hour. Anytime less than 2 hours. And it would be a type of snow squall that would be crippling traffic, travel, visibility, things like that in certain areas, like on interstates, highways, in different areas that are highly populated or even highly traveled, at certain times of days, maybe even. It's a new deal for a warning that would be placed on a emergency broadcast system on your phones. Watch out for that alert and please pay close attention to that alert. It's a brand new alert for the phones. And do not dismiss it because it's area specified. And once it goes off in your area, that means it's going to happen or is happening at that moment. And that's going to start taking effect here soon with the new system that they're putting in place. In January, it's going to be colder than average as well. February, maybe a little warmer than average with drier than average precipitation. Like I said, I believe I said this about December, but I think I said about January too. That December and January will be more precipitation than average. And but they will both be colder than average. But yeah. And please pay close attention to your local stations for any closings or anything like that when there are storm warnings for the winter storms, because you may be left out of the loop. You never know until you see the news, or unless someone gives you a call saying, hey, yeah, they're closed, or unless you give them a call and ask. Pay close attention to the 511 if you are traveling. Dial 511 in your area of your travel. Like in Nebraska and Iowa, if you are traveling in Nebraska and Iowa at that moment, you dial 511. They will give you travel updates on the road conditions. Of course, not the flight conditions. They'll give you travel information on the road conditions. But you have to be in that state, within the borders of that state, for you to be able to get that update. I know that's for Iowa and Nebraska, but and there are websites out there like Nebraska511.org, I believe it is, or .gov. .org, I think it is. And I don't know what Iowa's is, if it's Iowa 511.org, something like that. Might be the same type of deal as Nebraska. Stay safe, stay warm. The temperatures will be falling after today here in Omaha. The temperatures will begin into the highs of 40s and lows in the 30s and 20s after 4 days, I believe, 3 or 4 days. But stay warm, stay safe. Stay cool when it's warm out like today. Today's gonna get in about 69, 70 degrees. The only reason why I'm wearing this is because it's chilly in the house right now. At least in my room. You can see I got wooden windows in my room. I'm just letting the southern wind in. I'm on the southern end of the house. Keep your eyes to the skies. I'm signing out. This is Brian the Weather Cat Urwin signing out.